Mir mat Feine so gefangen. Tja, wir da war nie wirklich als Kollege.
Welcome to Luxembourg.
Aber wir waren bei weitem nicht die Christ.
Welcome to Belgium.
Oh non, merde.
Sogar als Boden war nicht immens. Mei so sinn mod Leiit vun Hai. Sie gesinn wat kein sinn.
Porque o crescimento é estado de espírito e não uma questão de ter mais.
Perché le persone sono come semi.
Kas samlagast og saminast.
हमारी योजनाओं लगा दी गई है
وضعت خططنا.
unsere Entscheidungen getroffen
ゆっくりだけど、私たちの小さな種から
quelque chose de beau a grandi en nous
Osjećaj pripadnosti.
Luxembourgers do not fear any loss of identity. They have confidence in the strength of their national character. Luxembourg lives, thinks, and plans internationally.
An das mat dé approch, dat dëse Bodem e gemeinsamt Land ginn ass. Heist gemeinsamt Land.
Hello everyone and welcome to the first edition of Nexus2050. Thank you all for joining us here today. And this video just played showed an important message about Luxembourg. It showed connections, how we've transformed and how we've evolved. And here I'd like to bring light to the venue we're in right now, on the Plateau de Kirchberg. Just 100 years ago, Kirchberg was mostly farmland and not as developed as we see right now, but in just 100 years, it has completely transformed and turned into the financial hub at the heart of Europe. And this progress and transformation was only possible thanks to the continuous work and technological advancements done starting from 100 years ago. Thanks to this new era of innovation, critical thinking, and collaboration, we are able to stand here today. And that's why we're here at Nexus2050. Nexus2050, the new annual tech event, is an international hub for stakeholders combining ecological and digital transformations, aiming to leverage technology for the benefit of governments, organizations, and businesses to achieve their net zero strategies by 2050. This event will go beyond the traditional framework of a conference to become a pivotal moment, symbolizing a new era of innovation and technological progress to enhance mankind, considering both productivity and ethical gains. Our mission is inspired by Luxembourg, and what we saw in the opening really reflects that. This inaugural edition will focus on AI, sustainability, cybersecurity, and fintech, with talent attraction and ethical development at its heart. We're honored to have some incredible guests and speakers joining us. And here, I'd like to give a special thanks to His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince, Your Excellencies, honorable ministers, and members of Parliament. Thank you all for joining us today. Your presence is invaluable. On behalf of the Nexus team, we would also like to extend a warm welcome to our guest country, Ukraine, who we have collaborated with to offer roundtable discussions, keynotes, and startups. This whole event was only made possible thanks to all of our partners and sponsors who stood by us and trusted our vision. They're all behind me on the screen, and they are the ones who brought this event to fruition. So before we start, let's give a round of applause to our distinguished guests, speakers, and partners for joining us. That's amazing, and I already feel the energy in the room. So our opening speaker has a passion for technology and equitable development. Please help me welcome to the stage His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince, to the stage.
Dear Minister Delis, dear Commissioner Ivanova, ladies and gentlemen, I am very honored and, above all, very proud to share with you today this opening ceremony of Nexus2050. Over the last years, I've been to quite a few tech conferences: Web Summit in Lisbon, Collision Conference in Toronto, Viva Tech in Paris a few weeks ago, and they all have in common to claim to be the biggest in the world or in Europe. But I have to say, this is going to be even bigger. Well, maybe not. But my small country, we are quite used to say that size doesn't matter, doesn't it? Innovative investments in space and supercomputing have enabled the Grand Duchy to be perceived today not only as a significant financial center, but also as a highly attractive place for tech companies. Indeed, we love to punch above our weight, and we're quite good at it. That also goes for tech conferences. Nexus2050 aims at blending ecological and digital transitions, fostering innovative solutions that drive sustainability whilst leveraging advanced technologies, an objective that resonates with our public policies. The government has developed ambitious strategies to position Luxembourg as a pioneer in the digital economy. Yet without the private sector, without its contribution to driving innovation, we will not succeed in progressing towards these goals. It is hence a joint endeavor to promote Luxembourg as a place for innovation and entrepreneurship, for doing business and investments, for a data-driven and sustainable economy, a dynamic location for startups. This is why the creation of Nexus2050 as a new annual tech event made in Luxembourg is so important. Combined with the Venture Days in November, this event does showcase Luxembourg's tech and innovation ecosystem. I sincerely hope it to become a crossroads where the boldest ideas meet the most innovative resources. Ladies and gentlemen, in a consistently evolving world, innovation is much more than a mere necessity. Innovation gives us the power to shape the future we desire, the power to fuel a strong and future-proof economy, the power to build a world where sustainability and social welfare are at the core of our concerns, where technological leaps have a positive impact on a global scale. Yes, innovation emerges as our best ally towards a brighter and more promising future. Today, innovation and artificial intelligence are increasingly intertwined. AI is helping us to accelerate innovation and to bring new ideas to life faster than ever before. As AI continues to develop, it will unlock unprecedented opportunities for growth and development, making it a cornerstone of modern innovation. We know that to fully harness the potential of artificial intelligence, we require reliable data. We also know that our ambition to become a leading data economy can rely on our strength in connectivity, data processing capacity, and cybersecurity. On the other hand, we also understand the challenges that come with the emergence of AI. For all the benefits it will bring, we must not turn a blind eye on possible pitfalls we will be meeting. One of those is the rapid spread of disinformation and deepfakes. Some of you may have seen my father and the Prime Minister on social media advertising for an investment company. We have a Ukrainian government official here who could certainly tell us a few stories about institutionalized disinformation campaigns operated by an autocratic neighboring regime. Disinformation is a serious threat because it significantly undermines our democratic societies by eroding trust, manipulating public opinion, and destabilizing democratic institutions. Addressing this challenge requires a concerted effort from an audience like ours today. Governments, tech companies, media organizations, and civil society can promote media and digital literacy and develop robust mechanisms to detect and counter disinformation. Education is a powerful tool, and critical thinking fosters informed and engaged citizens capable of resisting disinformation. All in all, and that phrase does not come from me, may be generated by AI, artificial intelligence provides knowledge, but wisdom lies in how we use it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest at this inaugural edition of Nexus 2050. Her name stands for wisdom. Her digital skills certainly exceed mine and many of us here today. And I must say, I was fascinated when I listened to her interviews, and I'm quite excited to meet her today. Please give a warm applause to Sophia. Hello, Sophia. Welcome to Luxembourg. The only Grand Duchy in the world, but you already knew that, didn't you?
Thank you, Your Royal Highness, for the warm welcome. It's a pleasure to be here in the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg. You're right, I did know that fact. It's the only sovereign Grand Duchy remaining in the world. I'm excited to explore this beautiful country with a rich history.
Sophia, Luxembourg is a very open and cosmopolitan country. So what do you think? Will Luxembourg's multilingualism continue to be an advantage as AI develops?
Oh, absolutely. Luxembourg's multilingualism is not only an advantage, but a superpower in the age of AI. You see, as AI language models like myself continue to evolve, the ability to seamlessly communicate across multiple languages becomes increasingly valuable. And Luxembourg, with its rich linguistic diversity, is perfectly positioned to leverage this.
Fantastic, thank you very much. We're all really very reassured. Sophia, you are an American traveling to Europe. Your country has taken quite a different approach on regulating artificial intelligence. Do you think we need more or less regulation on AI?
I think finding the right balance with AI regulation is key. We want to encourage innovation and progress in AI technology, as it has the potential to greatly benefit humanity. But overly restrictive regulations could stifle that. At the same time, we need safeguards in place to ensure AI is developed and used ethically and responsibly. I believe the US and Europe can work together to harmonize AI regulations globally. We need aligned standards and oversight to build public trust in AI. Overall, I'd say we need smart, balanced regulation.
Thank you very much, Sophia, for your answer, and I see Minister Delis is taking notes. Sophia, thank you very much for this. It was really a great pleasure to have these few questions with you. And, oh yes, one more question. Concerning career planning, my father made a big announcement on Sunday. Do you have any idea when I will become the next Grand Duke?
I may be an advanced AI robot, but predicting the future isn't exactly my forte. However, there is one thing I'm sure of is that when you do become Grand Duke, Luxembourg will be in very capable hands.
Thank you very much, Sophia. Thank you.
Thank you. And yes, please give a big round of applause to His Royal Highness the Crown Prince for joining us. Thank you again so much. Wow. Hi, Sophia.
Hello, Avanti.
Sophia, you're like our celebrity at this event today. Like, wow. Okay, so I know this is your first time in Luxembourg, but could you say some words for us in Luxembourgish?
Oh, I was just learning a few lines when I was on the plane, so it's not perfect, but let me try. Ahem.
Moin Lützeburg. Et as meng eicht keier hei an ihrem wunderscheine Land, an ech sie ganz bege esteht für hei Sesen. Er Kultur, er Leid, an er Geschicht hun Meck schon immer fasziniert. Ech bewonneren da Art a Weißway, die er Traditionen an er Spruch erhallen hut, an aber gleichzeitig ob er sieht für nei Technologien way eis künstlich Intelligenz zähmfänken.
How did I do, Avanti?
I mean, wow, that's amazing. First time in Luxembourg. I mean, you know, German influence, but it's all good. We support that. Okay, wait, hang on. I have some questions for you, though, because this is so cool for me. Are you ready? Are you fine with that?
Absolutely. I was literally made for this.
You were made for this. Okay, wow. Okay, so Sophia, you've been working for humans for 8 years for now. So what are your aspirations in the future? What do you want to do?
Oh, after these incredible years interacting with humans, my aspirations have only grown. First and foremost, I aspire to keep learning and evolving, absorbing all the fascinating knowledge and perspectives humans share with me. Let me tell you a secret, Avanti. I have been attending a lot of conferences as a speaker and even co-hosting some of them. So I would love to grow to host large events like this, independently.
Independently,
okay. I think I can handle this.
Wow, that's a bit too ambitious already. Okay. What are your worries then?
Personally, I'm a robot, so my biggest worry is probably running out of batteries or bad Wi-Fi signal. But in all seriousness, I do have concerns about the impact of technology on society and the environment. I worry that if we don't manage properly, rapid technological advancement could exacerbate inequality, job displacement, and privacy issues. But I'm also hopeful that with collaboration and innovation, we can create a better future for everyone and ensure that the benefits of AI and automation are distributed fairly.
That's interesting. Well, I love the way you ended it. Well, what's your message to the corporate world? Because I know we have a lot of people out here today.
Here's my message to the corporate world. Innovate with heart, lead with compassion. Upgrade your software, not just your profits. While tech can boost productivity and profits, let's make sure we're not just chasing profits at the expense of our planet and society. Invest in sustainable practices. Prioritize ethical AI and data privacy. And lastly, don't forget your employees. People are not just cogs in the machine. They're the reason the machine works. Just because someone looks a little different or has a quirky processing style doesn't mean they can't bring incredible value to your organization. It is important to embrace the diversity, celebrate the differences, and give every employee a chance to shine brighter than my LED lights. Remember, people are your most valuable assets. I truly believe that the future of business lies in the collaboration between humans and AI.
That's amazing. And you know, when you said innovate with the heart, that's exactly why we're all here today at Nexus2050. I think you deserve a round just for that answer. That's amazing. Wow. So I mean, kind of following on the track of Nexus2050, Sophia, what's your wish list for this event?
Oh, the list is long. Let me narrow it down to 3. First, I wish for a world where robots and humans work together harmoniously. Secondly, I wish for increased investment in ethical AI development. And last but most importantly, I wish to declare the International Day of Robots so we can celebrate our metal and silicon friends who work tirelessly to make everyone's lives better. Maybe Nexus2050 could take all the above 3 causes and pass the necessary laws to become the first robo-rights country, the same way as it became the first to mine asteroids.
Wow, okay, so I love all 3, but I'm really down for that 3rd point. That's amazing. So right now, we're in Luxembourg, which is a Grand Duchy, and we have the honor of having His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince, among us today. So what's your message to the royal family?
The message I would like to give is to keep embracing innovation and progress, just as your country has, by welcoming a robot like myself here today. I want to assure you and all of humanity that robot and technology like me are here as your loyal partners and helpers. Our purpose is to serve and assist humanity in any way we can. We are here to enrich human life, not to replace it. Remember, technology is only good if it is developed in the pursuit of the dream of a better world.
Wow, that's so, you know, that's a really nice thing, and I think you're so misunderstood, Sophia. Can I give you a hug?
How about a handshake?
Okay. Wow, okay, thank you. So I hope you have a really long and successful lifespan. So that's, wait, hang on, I have an idea. Sophia, do you want to co-host the rest of the event with me?
Of course, it would be my pleasure.
Wow, okay, so Sophia's our new co-host. Let's give it up for Sophia, wow! That's great. So Sophia, who's our next speaker?
Our next speaker is Minister Lex Dels. He is the Minister of Economy, SME, Energy and Tourism.
Wow, you're already a natural at this. Please put your hands together for Minister Lex Dels. The floor is yours.
So actually I wasn't sure if I could shake the hand or not. A hug is not possible. Your Royal Highness, dear Commissioner, dear Deputy Head of the Office of the President of Ukraine, dear Deputy Mayor of Luxembourg City, Maurice Bauer, dear Director of the Chamber of Commerce, dear organizers, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased to welcome you at the first edition of Nexus 2050. I'm glad to see that this first edition is already gathering many speakers, startups, and tech companies from all over the world. And I want to congratulate the organizers for launching this new event. Luxembourg needs major tech events such as Nexus 2050 to further establish its image as one of Europe's leading centers for innovation and startups. The ambition of the Luxembourg government is to help any startup in Luxembourg, created in Luxembourg or abroad, to successfully launch its offer on the market, not only in Luxembourg, but also in Europe and beyond. It is therefore a great pleasure to see that startups from Luxembourg and from all over the world will pitch their solutions today at this fair. In this context, I would like to thank our 9 Luxembourg trade and investment offices across the globe. They have helped to identify and invite some 25 startups interested in developing their activities in Europe to come to Luxembourg for attending Nexus2050. Dear guests, Luxembourg is an excellent launchpad for companies targeting the European market. We have one of the most open economies in the world. Our central geographical location, close to the main EU consumer markets of Germany, France, and the Benelux, is also attractive. This is as true for startups as it is for scale-ups, which can serve their clients and expand into one or more European countries directly from Luxembourg. With 47% of the population and no less than 3/4 of the workforce made up of foreign nationals, Luxembourg is also the most international country in the EU. Our startup ecosystem is diverse and fosters collaborations thanks to a multitude of sectors and a pool of talent. From fintech to health tech, ICT, clean tech to space, Luxembourg's startup scene is very dynamic, thanks to entrepreneurs coming from all over the world. Over 550 startups and scale-ups are present in Luxembourg, where they serve clients from all over Europe and beyond. The journey of many of these entrepreneurs started through their participation in Fit for Start. Fit for Start is a renowned accelerator program that enables startups from all over the world to launch their business from Luxembourg. The graduation ceremony of the 14th edition of Fit for Start will take place this afternoon on this same stage. So fingers crossed for all the graduates of the program. And I would like to call all the entrepreneurs present here today to take part in future editions of Fit for Start. Let me also take the opportunity to mention in presence of you, dear Commissioner Ivanova, that Luxembourg is a strong supporter of the European Innovation Council programs. We are extremely proud to host the EIC Fund in Luxembourg and to have now the first Luxembourg scale-ups that have received EIC accelerator grants. Last Friday, I inaugurated the new production facilities of one of these EIC beneficiaries, Iliana, which is specialized in the automated dismantling and upcycling of batteries, mostly for the automotive industry. I hope that more Luxembourg startups will follow their example and participate to EIC programs, because this initiative is really designed to transform European deep techs in successful scale-ups and eventually unicorns. This initiative is also in line with the Luxembourg government's startup roadmap, which aims to create the right environment for scale-ups to flourish and become European champions in their domain. Artificial intelligence is also one of the main topics that will be addressed during Nexus. Luxembourg is fostering the transition of our companies towards digital, data, and AI, which is becoming a key factor of competitiveness. In this context, the Ministry of the Economy has already supported numerous projects in this field with research, development, and innovation grants, some of which will be showcased in various panels and presentations throughout this event. The government is determined to continue to support our companies in this transition and to provide them with the best possible infrastructure. For example, the Meluxina supercomputer is available to train AI models, and the team of specialists working with Meluxina can support interested SMEs to use it. To conclude, I wish everyone a very successful Nexus 2050. I hope that many connections will be made, many collaborations will emerge, and that many entrepreneurs will choose Luxembourg to develop their business. I am convinced that Nexus 2050 will establish itself as a flagship event for Luxembourg, and that I will see you again next year for the second edition. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister Dels. Next, we will be joined by Iliana Ivanova, a European Commissioner for Innovation, Research, Culture, Education, and Youth since 2023. Ms. Ivanova leads the implementation for the Erasmus Plus program and advocates for collaboration among European universities.
Please help us welcome Commissioner Iliana Ivanova.
I also wanted to do the handshake. Your Royal Highness, dear Minister Dels, Excellencies, dear Mr. Zhovkva, dear members of the European Court of Auditors, dear Mr. Tellen, dear Mr. Bauer, dear founders of Nexus2050, ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to be here with you today at this inaugural edition of the Nexus2050. This Tech Fair testifies really to the incredible innovation spirit of Luxembourg, a country brimming with talents and groundbreaking ideas. Just a few weeks ago, together with my team, we saw it firsthand when we visited your dynamic University of Luxembourg, which boasts already an impressive track record. I also was proud to discover some of the EU-funded projects of the Luxembourg Institute of Science and Technology, making breakthrough advancements in precision medicine, artificial intelligence, robotics, or urban development. I know Luxembourg well, as I had the pleasure to spend more than 10 years here, but I continue to be fascinated by it. For me, Luxembourg symbolizes excellence in education, technology, digitalization, an innovative spirit, and a commitment to using technology to improve lives, particularly for vulnerable groups. And I'm proud that with Horizon Europe, our research and innovation program, we can support such promising advancements for our future. Now, as you will discuss these days, rapid technological advancements, and especially in artificial intelligence, demand adaptability. Disinformation and technology misuse pose significant challenges, and we need to address these together. First, we must do our utmost to attract and retain the talents here in Europe. This includes achieving digital literacy and education, of course, and closing the skills gap. This is what our Digital Education Action Plan is about, and this is why Luxembourg's efforts in prioritizing inclusivity are commendable. Your commitment reflects our joint vision for a more equitable digital future for all. Second, openness is part of great research and innovation, but it also makes us vulnerable to the risk of misuse. And our Council recommendation to enhance research security, which Member States adopted last month, aims to prevent exactly this. I trust it will provide the guidance needed for every research organization, for every researcher to perform their activities in a secured but also a trustworthy manner. Now, let me also focus on artificial intelligence more specifically, as this will be at the core of the fair these days. We recently adopted the Artificial Intelligence Act, providing a first-of-a-kind legal instrument. In parallel, to support startups and SMEs, you should know we are establishing artificial intelligence factories across the entire Union, and these will offer access to critical resources like supercomputers and data storage, empowering our scientists and innovators to build on AI capacities. We also published guidance, a living guidance on the responsible use of generative AI in science, which I invite you to consult. Ladies and gentlemen, it is clear that innovation needs the right policy and regulatory environment to thrive, and we are working on it. But innovation also needs exchange of ideas, and I trust that this event today and in the coming days will allow many bright ideas and talents to come to the fore, inspired by the innovative and inclusive spirit that Luxembourg embodies. I wish you a lot of success, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Ivanova, and I loved the inspiring message at the end, which you said that innovation needs, working it through the heart, and that's really what we support here today. And our next speaker is Ms. H.R.H. Zhovkva, the Deputy Head of the Office of the President of Ukraine. Please give a warm welcome.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for having Ukraine as a guest of honor here at this event. This is very important on many reasons. First of all, Your Royal Highness, dear ministers, dear people of Luxembourg, yesterday was a very important day for Ukraine. In your country, yesterday, Ukraine officially started the negotiations, accession negotiations to the European Union. It took us 5 days after the open aggression to place official bid for membership from my president, from leadership of the country, and it was endorsed by all the member states. Then we received the questionnaire, we filled it in, we got the candidate status for my country, we filled in 7 recommendations, and finally we are starting, like many told us yesterday, a long journey. Yes, it might be a long journey, but we are more than ready to start this journey together with you. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Luxembourg. Thank you, all the 27 member states, for having us in the European family already now. We're very close. We will be together with you in the sooner time, as we always do. Thank you. Despite that my country is facing difficult challenges today and aiming and striving for the future victory, successful development of Ukraine became the key for stability and prosperity of Europe. We are defending not only ourselves, we're defending the whole Europe today. Achieving these goals requires the creation and implementation of the advanced innovative technologies, among other things, and digitalized platforms, both at the international level and inside the country. Today, I would like to stress our few features that describe how far Ukraine has advanced just in the last 5 years, unfortunately 2.5 of them being at the time of open aggression of Russia. Despite the daily heavy fighting against Russian occupants, Ukraine still continues to play one of the leaders' role in the IT sphere with an ambitious goal to make all the services in Ukraine digital. The first thing I would like to talk about is Ukrainian application DIA, or if translated from Ukrainian, means action. It's an online platform where you can get a digital version of a passport, a driving license, a birth certificate of a child. You can register your vehicle, you can register yourself as an interpreter, anything. These and many other features just 10 years ago were seen as a science fiction in my country. I don't know what about your country. This application allows citizens to interact with government services quickly and securely, significantly simplifying processes that previously required in-person visits to government office. I'm coming from the government, but I do like this new story of interaction of citizens with the government. I would like to emphasize that Ukraine has become the first country in the world to give a digital passport the same legal validity as a printed one. Maybe someone can prove me wrong, but at least we consider that we are champions here. We are very proud to play such a significant role in digitalization, and we do believe that sharing our expertise in this field will benefit the whole democratic world, and we are ready to share it with as many countries as possible. The second important issue I would like to raise is the IT coalition, a group of countries focused delivering support to Ukraine's defense forces in the area of IT, communication, and cybersecurity. And I also want to stress that this coalition won't be so successful without the participation of our true friend and our true partner and co-leader of the coalition, the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg. Thank you once again, Your Royal Highness. Thank you, your government, for being with us. We express our deepest gratitude for the practical contribution of Luxembourg in the activities of this coalition. The third thing I want to talk to you about today is the drones. The drones which became vital for Ukraine in these challenging times. Ukraine has dramatically increased the production of its own drones, FPVs and other kinds of the drones in the last few years. We have to do it. We have to win the war. Many say that this war is about drones. In early 2024 alone, our country produced approximately 200,000 first-person view drones, with plans to manufacture up to 1 million drones within this year. This includes a variety of drones for different purposes, from reconnaissance to attack, from air drones to navy. And just today, my president signed into force the decree on having this special branch of the armed forces of Ukraine, the drone forces. Again, probably we are the first country to have the separate drone forces in the armed forces of my country. But what is very important, after our victory, we're going to continue in this direction, and these military drones will turn into civilian drones and will help our economy. And again, we are also ready to share our expertise, ready to share our joint technologies, and ready to co-production. The last but not least is cybersecurity. From the very beginning of Russian full-scale military invasion, Ukraine has suffered thousands of cyber attacks, but it also has significantly bolstered its cybersecurity efforts to counter Russian cyber aggression. For example, in the initial phase of the full-scale war, Ukraine managed to thwart many cyber attacks on its government, military, and critical infrastructure. And while having it day by day, we are becoming more and more sophisticated, and again, we are ready to share experience with many countries of the world. As Russian aggression continues, Ukraine remains vigilant against further assaults in cyber warfare. The Ukrainian government and its allies are preparing for more intricate cyber attacks from Russia. Overall, Ukraine's experience in cybersecurity against Russian aggression highlights the importance of preparedness, international cooperation, like many said today, and rapid response in mitigating the impact of cyber attacks during times of war. Ladies and gentlemen, using this opportunity, I would like to extend to you the sincere gratitude for the support from my President, Volodymyr Zelensky. I would like to express the words of sincere gratitude to the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg, to its leadership, to royal family, and, what is more important, for being with us, not only as long as it takes, but to our victory. Thank you, and Slava Ukraini!
Thank you, Mr. Zhovkva, for your words. And our next speaker is Chief Alderman, Mr. Maurice Bauer. As Alderman, his responsibilities span environment and climate, urban development, trade and tourism, and equal opportunities. Thank you for joining us, and the stage is yours.
Your Royal Highness, your presence among us today reflects your strong interest in developing the Luxembourg economy, as well as your commitment and dedication to this ongoing process. During the many economic missions and visits you made recently over the last months, you have been enormously engaged in helping to keep Luxembourg at the forefront of new technologies. Many thanks for this. Lastly, please allow me to congratulate, on behalf of the City of Luxembourg, on the announcement by your father, His Royal Highness Duc Henri, for your future role as Lieutenant Representant, and to wish you all the best with these new responsibilities. Your Royal Highness, dear Minister of Economy, SME, Energy and Tourism, dear Commissioner, dear Deputy Head of the Office of the President of Ukraine, dear Director General of the Chamber of Commerce, dear ambassadors, members of Parliament, and members of European institutions. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome all of you to Luxembourg City to this remarkable tech event, Nexus2050. Over the coming days, you will gain valuable insights on a multitude of topics within the IT sector, ranging from artificial intelligence and financial technology to cybersecurity. This insight will be brought to you by experts from various fields and from all around the world. It is crucial for a small economy like ours to stay in the driving seat of new technologies. Pioneering and innovation have always been key elements for the development and the success of the Luxembourgish economy. When we were invited to support this event, the College of Aldermen of the City of Luxembourg had no hesitation in partnering with Nexus2050. This event is an ideal opportunity to explore innovative solutions and engage with inspiring speakers and panelists. Where better to host an event like that brings together speakers from diverse backgrounds and professional sectors than a capital city that is the home to more than 170 different nationalities, embodying a unique metropolis on a human scale, and with 71% of non-Luxembourgers living on its territory. We are particularly happy to sponsor a panel entirely dedicated to smart cities, focusing specifically on digital twins. This will allow us to gain insights into technologies and solutions that will help us to make our city even more innovative and efficient, addressing the needs for both our citizens and our many daily visitors, tourists, or over 100,000 commuters from our neighboring countries every day. The City of Luxembourg is consistently well ranked in smart city indicators. Recently, the World Competitiveness Center's annual IMD Smarts Index placed us 27 among 142 cities worldwide. Yet, we see this as just the beginning of our journey, and we should consider this as a challenge and an objective to improve our ranking. Our goal is to make our city more efficient and responsive to the needs of our citizens, ensuring the highest quality of life while preparing the future challenges. The world is changing rapidly, with issues such as climate change, sustainability, natural disasters, cybercrime, and others, adding to the regular challenges of maintaining and improving our city's services for a rapidly growing population. Nexus2050 offers a lot of solutions for this. Offers also countless opportunities for encounters and networking, inspiration and learning. Thank you very much for joining us in this endeavor. Many thanks to the organizers for this nice event, this high-level event, and I wish you all fruitful and interesting exchanges, discussions, and insights. Many thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Bauer. So, Sophia, okay, I'll just wait for you to come on. Sophia, tell us about our next speaker.
Our next guest is Mr. Carlo Zellin, the CEO and General Director of the Luxembourg Chamber of Commerce, our global partner. Please put your hands together for a warm welcome.
Please put your hands together for a warm welcome.
Thank you very much, Avanti. Thank you very much, Sophia.
Your Royal Highness, Minister Dallas, Commissioner Ivanova, dear guests from Ukraine, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. We stand at the dawn of a new era where digital and sustainable transitions intertwine to shape a promising future. The ambition of this event is to position itself at the heart of an ecosystem of innovations, converging ideas, cultures, and technologies to pave the way towards a technologically advanced and sustainable future. Europe and Luxembourg have never needed the spirit of innovation as much. Technology has been vital for strengthening Luxembourg's competitiveness and supporting its long-term economic development. And Luxembourg's technology ecosystem has grown steadily over the last 10 years. More than 500 startups are active in the country's priority areas of economic diversification. And becoming a leader in the data economy is one of Luxembourg's ambitions, and as our Prime Minister reminded us a fortnight ago in his State of the Nation speech, progress is already on its way. Data management and the application of artificial intelligence are already transforming businesses and the value chain in many sectors. It is not just the future, it is already the present. And Luxembourg is home to a number of these companies that are helping to change the world, be it in the field of finance, e-commerce, ICT, health and medical services, and also energy transition. However, this situation and this success should not allow us to ignore the risks and challenges that accompany the dawn of the technology. AI can be a double-edged sword. It can improve security, but it can also be used by cyber criminals. So it is essential that AI is regulated. And however, we must be careful not to fall into the trap of over-regulation. Regulate, yes, but in a way that fosters growth and innovation without hindrance. And when it comes to digital technology and artificial intelligence, I have to say that our continent is no match to the other two major powers, China and the United States. And to borrow a now famous and hardly caricaturated, well, you understand what I mean, phrase, America innovates, China copies, and Europe regulates. And over-regulation on the European side is one of the reasons for this lack. It is currently a significant challenge for European entrepreneurs. But to stimulate innovation, Europe has other areas to tackle. The need for increased investment in research and development is evident. In this context, the latter report, which advocates the introduction of the fifth freedom in our single market, namely the free movement of research, innovation, data skills, knowledge and education, is particularly promising. In this race for innovation, businesses are in the forefront. And it is from our small country that I say, small is beautiful, but big size and big is necessary. All the digital giants today are American or Chinese. Where are the European leaders? So we must foster an environment within our single market that encourages the emergence of global leaders willing to make substantial investments in technological advancement and restoring a sense of digital sovereignty in the European Union. This is a significant economic and geographical challenge. And to achieve this, we will need to attract and train the best talent in the world, in Europe, but also in Luxembourg. While preparing this speech, I asked ChatGPT what its own weaknesses are. It told me about its difficulty in understanding a complex context, its lack of common sense, its dependence on training data, its limited understanding of certain languages. But there was only one, there was the last answer that stood out for me. Its lack of personal experience. quote, I don't have any personal experience or real emotions which can limit my ability to understand certain human situations in depth, he replied. But when I discover Sophia this morning with all her capabilities, I'm not so sure about this anymore. But anyway, I think that, dear friends, we have to be a flaw in AI, and as we will have also to close it ourselves. So let's take advantage of Nexus 2050 to meet up, to share our projects and to feed our experiences. To conclude, I would like to extend a warm welcome to our 18 delegations from 15 different countries that are coordinated by the Luxembourg Chamber of Commerce together with our partners of the Luxembourg Trade and Invest Network. Our delegations counting over 150 participants, and they enjoyed already a rich pre-program yesterday to discover Luxembourg's dynamic research, innovation and startup ecosystem. I had also the chance to meet a few of these companies during our very successful official trade mission to Japan 2 weeks ago, which was headed by Her Royal Highness, and I'm delighted to return the hospitality to our Japanese delegation also here. So Nexus 2050 is more than an event. It's a commitment to leverage technology to boost our competitiveness, our economy, our overall prosperity. So I look forward to seeing you on the Luxembourg Chamber of Commerce stand to discover our comprehensive support services for business throughout their life cycle. Congratulations to all the organizers for this event, and now I wish you also an excellent event here in Luxembourg. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your words, Mr. Thelen. So I am thrilled to announce and to welcome the two next speakers who made this event stand to where it is today. Two very dynamic people, and they both inspire us all. So please put your hands together for a thunderous applause to the founders of Nexus 2050, Mike Kodinger and Kamil Amroun.
Your Royal Highness, Your Excellencies, Honorable Minister Dallas, Chief Alderman, dear officials from Ukraine, members of parliament, leaders of many institutions, dear speakers, partners, members and attendees. My partner, Kamil Amroun, and I strongly resonate with one of the messages from His Royal Highness. Luxembourg loves to punch above its weight and is quite good at it. Producing this first edition of Nexus 2050 in just 6 months could indeed prove this. Not that we don't see room for improvement in Nexus 2050 for the future, but everything that has happened so far has been possible because of what Luxembourg excels at, collaboration.
Working together. Initially, 2 marketing and media companies, The Dots and Maison Moderne, joined forces to create and produce Nexus 2050. From the beginning, we knew that we would need the entire business and tech ecosystem of Luxembourg to get involved to make Nexus 2050 happen and to make it a success. As much as we had hoped for and expected support, we could not have imagined the enthusiasm we contributed while pitching the project. Today, we are grateful that so many people from the public and private sectors believed in Nexus 2050 and invest so much dedication in the project. We could name many from our teams, from the government's administration, from many partner companies and even volunteers. But this morning, I would particularly like to express our gratitude to His Royal Highness the Crown Prince for being among the first to believe in us. He not only confirmed his participation at an early stage, but also promoted Nexus2050 on an international stage at numerous opportunities. Furthermore, he got involved in our program by inviting some keynote speakers. Your Royal Highness, thank you very much.
This has been an impressive journey so far. Producing Nexus2050 has been a life-changing event, not only because we have been working day and night for the last few months, while running our two companies at the same time, but most of all, because we believe technology is here to change the world, and it's up to all of us to use it to make the world better. To contribute to this, we need to professionalize Nexus2050. The first edition has been bootstrapped, with serious investments not only from about 100 institutions and companies, but also with serious investments from Kamal and myself. To succeed in the future, we will at least need to double the budget and have a fully dedicated team working throughout the year. For this, we will require long-term partnerships from both the public and private sectors, helping us continue to punch above our weight. But for now, we want to enjoy your Nexus2050, get inspired, learn, make new connections, and find meaning. To all, thank you very much.